Hi, I'm going to go over the multi-events calendar plugin that I'm using on the North Carolina Association of School Administrators website. Just share my screen. So this is a plugin that you can buy through WordPress. And I'm going to show a few views here. It's bigger. So you can see the different things you can do with it. I have on the menu here a couple of direct links that's using this plugin, one of which is just a calendar. And that's a monthly calendar. And then this is a particular event, the spring conference. And this is all designed from a template that I created. And the reason I picked this template is because it allows multi-day, multi-timed events, and it works with Elementor. And basically anything you want to put in it, you can put in it, a featured image, multiple locations, and then a buttons to register. There's a payment portion, hook in that we're not using. And then everything else in here is just completely customized using Elementor. These prices, this price table, their particular featured speaker for that particular event. And they can reuse this template because they have conferences that are pretty much the same once a year, twice a year, actually, that have, they're over 2 days for the same, so they're going to be on the same website. So it had conference information, like where to stay. All this is basically a template. So I'm going to go into the WordPress backend and show how all this is possible. So ME, multi-events, calendar, and designer. The designer basically shows the different types of events that you can use. And I haven't quite figured out the difference between when it uses the logo, if it really needs those. But I have single events that can be used over and over again. So if you go into the single event builder, there's the upcoming conference template, and that was using the spring conference. And here's all the events. So under all events, there's all the events I've created a sample event. I'm actually going to delete that. And as you can see, they have a category, a location, the organizer, start date, and the end date. These don't repeat, but you can have something that happens every Monday, for example, added to your calendar. And then the settings, under settings. And these kind of tell you like what days of the week are accepted. What to do about multi-day events, which day to show them on. Archive page title, events. These are settings, HTML settings like heading line. You You can see archives on the yearly view. And then single event has a lot of settings. And the only ones that are going to change are the default builder and then the bucket for module view, which I haven't. Seems to use this. So, and the help online is not really. They just have like one example of one thing. So anyway, but I was able to get everything to look good, and that's kind of the point. So I want to create an event. And it walks you through this really cool. Oh, that's not. All events. Let's do it this way. You do it. Event. Okay. And you give it a color. That's on the different views. There's your color next to each name. And like you can do it on your Google Calendar. And let's see. Pick a day. All day event. You can go backwards. You can make it from 8 to 4 and change the time, make it an all-day event. If it's online, you don't want to show where the event is, you would hide it. If it's in a location, then you don't want to hide the map. You add organizers. This is the organization. You say it's not. Say it's an online event. And then I'm going to copy and paste some text that lets me. I'm going to have this happening somewhere else. I'm stealing this from Eventbrite. Just to have an example of some text. I put in your lorem epsilon or whatever. Set up with your image. I probably copied that in. And there we go. And here's the event. For some reason, it's cutting off this text. But we can edit the event, and each individual event has the text that goes with it. And maybe that planner cut off on pages. So here is the particular event. Here's all the events. And as you recall, I called it testing event 2. And let's go back to the home site, the home page, sorry, and we'll see how this looks. I forgot to show you that I have the events listed here too. This is coming up. And again, this is still going to this event. So you see this event has not been affected. It looks the same. Here's a calendar, and we should have something for June. I just made it out. And this is what it looks like there. Um, I showed you what it looks like. And let's say we want to edit it. We're going to go, so we can go in a few ways. The calendar listed it. You can select it. Now we're in it again. And as you can see, you know, what I think would be a good idea is to add a button, right? To say, join us or something like that. So in order to edit this, the post only has the text. Let's go to this. I'll show you. It's using a different. So this is used. So what's going on is that when I went into the post is set on a default to only use a particular post template information. So you shouldn't edit the post that way. You can edit the, I should say template. No, let's go into the back end. This is a better way to do it. So this event, all events, let's edit it. And it's not using a particular view. So go into this and you can see this is very important. You need to pick a template for it to pull from, and it's not pulling from anything. So it's just showing you what you put in as you went through. We put in a picture, we put in the date, we put in some basic information about it, and it doesn't know what to show us, what's the skin behind it, and that's the template. So we need to set that. And we're going to call it an online only event. Update. This is using that template. Let's go back. We can change it. It can use the conference template. Let's say this is going to be a conference. So this is an upcoming conference, and there's always a call for speakers. That's going to show on the template now. So the conference always has a location, so it's picking the default location. To see how this is edited, and if you want to go back, you have to tell the template. So the point is, you want to change the look and feel of this particular event. For example, we notice there's a button. We have to go into the single builder and pick the one that we want to change. And probably what we found into a and let's use a legal default here. The single event, there's these widgets that you can use, the single event local time, single event cost, we can add that in. So it's saying we have to set a register button. We will do that at the post. See if this works. Post attributes. Image. Yes. Doesn't really set. I'm going to take it to my website for more information. So you can see there's a lot of places you can add that data. Featured speaker, you put their name in. Of course, if these aren't showing in your template, you need to go back to your template. You can hide it. Countdown method. I was hoping you would say register. Let's see. So in order to use the registration, you have to have a form associated with it. So if there is a registration form, you can build that on the form builder. But we don't have one of those. So I'm going to go back and take that out. And we'll just put a regular button. So this is part of the information. But we don't want to hard code that in. It's going to be different. Now I'm going to go to all the events. I'm going to view this. I should say the feeling is just showing text. I should just start here. Because this is going to show only on this particular event. This is the way to do it, by the way. And then my website. So understand that you can't have a button here when you're using this for multiple events. It needs to be here. There, it worked. So that's the end of using. It's a little confusing, but events are tied to templates. Again, you can change which template you're using the edit feature. And we just saw it. Single event view. You can change it to one of these templates. And if you need something that's only for that event, edit in here in the edit event. If you want something that is on every single one, because we don't want to put the same button everywhere. And take that out. Assuming they use this automatically. And so the information will be in a different link. Therefore, we can't have that inside the template. It needs to be in the event only. Oh, makes sense. Publish and update. And that's it. That's good.